Hello and welcome. This is Kristina from the Mahara project, and I'd like to take you onto a tour of the new features that we have developed for Mahara 1704 and that were published in April 2017. We are going to take a look at the biggest new features in this short video, but there are also many more that you can explore. So take a seat and let's get started. We created a new theme, a new default theme for Mahara 1704 to match our new brand that we established at the beginning of the year. So we did not just update the logo, but also changed the colors and added some other visual highlights into this theme. All other themes are still available in Mahara 1704 as well, so that you can still choose which themes you want to work with. One change we made to the themes, though, is that we introduced a new navigation, which you can see in the top right corner. It is an app-style navigation, which now makes the main menu available on the right-hand side so that you can very easily reach your content, portfolio, and groups at all times. And then we have the user menu, which gives you access to your profile page, your settings, and your inbox and the lockout button. If you are an administrator or a staff member on Mahara, then you'll see an additional administration menu so that you can reach those functionalities easily. Since that is quite a big change for Mahara and how to navigate it, we decided to make the old style navigation still available to you if you'd like to use it during a transition period. And more information on how to work with that is available in the user manual and also in the theme documentation. One very big feature in Mahara 1704 is the combination of pages and collections. So in the past, you always needed to go to the pages page in order to see all your pages, or to the collection screen in order to see what collections you had. Now all that is available on one single screen, so that you can easily switch between pages, viewing pages and collections, and can actually see them all in one place. So here we have a page, mentoring students, and then there is also a collection almost right next to it, visually differentiated, not just through the border, but also through the icon, which tells you how many pages there are within the collection. And here we have see directly which pages those are, namely the Smart Evidence page and then the other individual pages. If you click the More Options button, you can quickly get to the Manage, Edit, and Deletion parts of a collection, and you can also see the creation and the modification date. And if you click the Manage Access button, you can you can see directly with whom you've already shared your portfolio, or you can also very easily set up a secret URL or manage access for individual users that have an account on the Mahara site that you have. Now, these icons are very similar also on the portfolio pages. So under More Options, you do see the Edit and the Delete buttons, as well as the creation dates and the modification date. And then you have the lock icon as well, showing you whether somebody already has access to your portfolio page and from where you can also manage the access. Now, if you have not yet given somebody access to a portfolio page, then the lock icon would be locked. So let's just briefly change that to illustrate that to you. And so in this case, when I'm removing all access from a portfolio page and return to my page, then I can see a different icon And clicking that tells me directly that I can manage the access or create secret URLs, but that I haven't actually shared my portfolio with anybody yet. Another new feature that we were able to implement in Mahara is improved integration with learning management systems. And Instructor funded a large part of this project and will continue to work with us on improving the LTI integration that we now have available for Mahara 1704. So in the past, you could always hook up Moodle and Mahara quite easily through Mnet, but connecting other learning management systems was a bit trickier. Now it is possible through the integration of LTI learning tools interoperability that we can also connect to other learning management systems such as Canvas. So all you have to do is set up the connection between the two systems, and that is usually done within a few minutes. And then your learners have a link in their course navigation, which they can simply click, and they are taken into their portfolio via single sign-on automatically without having to go to their Mahara site first and type in their login details. This LTI integration also works with other authentication methods. So if you do allow your students to log into your Mahara site, not just through the LMS, but also through the Mahara homepage, then you can combine the LTI login as well as the other authentication method in order to make it even easier for your learners and teachers to get access to their portfolio. Thanks to the Donau-Universität Krems in Austria and the development work of Gregor Anselch from POFSOT, we have a new feature available on the dashboard page, namely the updates from friends, the friend activity. Instead of manually having to add pages to your watch list, now you can see activities from friends directly there and can access those quickly. So all you have to do is go into your dashboard page, and if you don't already have the watch list block on your page, just add it to it, and then you configure the block, namely choosing the activities of your friends, and then in the additional filters and settings you can choose the time period over which you'd like to see activities and how you'd like to have those portfolios ordered. But in order to protect privacy, you only see portfolios that your friends have shared with you as their friend, with you being a member of an institution, a group, and so on. So they will need to have shared their portfolio with you in order for you to see it on your friend list. Now, if you're taking a look at one of our portfolios, then it's always been a bit tricky in the past to actually print a portfolio. Now we've improved that in Mahara 1704 and introduced a proper print style sheet. So what you can do now is go to one of your portfolio pages, and there you have the More Options button, and can not only delete the page from there, but you can also print it. When you click the print icon, the print dialog opens up, where you can choose how you want to print the page. And in this case, I'm choosing that I want to print it to a file. Choose the file name, and then click the print button. Now when I open my PDF file, I can see my portfolio page. And printing is primarily good for printing of text. Of course, YouTube videos and other embedded content cannot be made available via that method. But if you do need to submit your portfolio to turn it in, for example, and all that counts is the text that is displayed on the page, then you can use this print functionality in order to make that text readable for Turnitin or for anybody else who would like to have a printout. So these were some of the bigger features that are available for regular learners and users on Mahara, but we also have a number of new administrative features. And one of them I'd like to show you now. So I'm going to log in as site administrator, but also institution administrators would be able to see what I'm going to show you now. Namely, that you can make profile information available also in the user search to have more control over how best you can find people on your instance and what information you see directly in this page here. So in this case, I decided to make the country visible as well as see if anybody has a personal website address. Now, if you're a site administrator, you can actually decide what elements you would like to have in that table by going to your plugin administration and selecting the profile artifact. And all the way at the bottom of the page, you have the new administration user search profile fields and can choose from them which ones you would like to display. You always need to display the first name, last name, email address, and also the display name, but any of the other profile fields listed here can be added. And also if you add your own profile fields, then you can display them in that user search as well. One other administration functionality that will be useful, especially if you create your own custom theme for your Mahara instance, is that you can now inherit from any available theme. So that if you like the modern theme, for example, and only want to make some small changes, you can inherit directly from that theme and do not have to copy all the styles over and then make your changes. So a bit easier way for the designers amongst you to create your own Mahara theme. Now this was just a brief selection of the biggest new features that we have available in Mahara 17.04. There are a bunch more that you can explore and see how they work out for you and how you want to use them. And like usual, we also fixed a number of bugs that community members have found over the last half year and fixed those so that you have a better experience for the functionality and see how it's supposed to be working. Now, if you are interested in using Mahara 17.04, please feel free to download it and install it, and if you already have a Mahara instance, upgrade to this latest version. You can find a link on our homepage, or if you use Git as your version control, then you can also directly get it from there. All the new features that we saw in this short video and also that are in Mahara in addition to the ones that we looked at have been documented in the Mahara user manual so that you can take a quick look at them and see them in an overview and take it from there. So we hope you like those new features. Have the time to explore them, use them with your learners, with your teachers, and we look forward to your feedback.